There's probably well Nintendo made an Overwatch clone or a similar type of like a hero game where you basically have like heroes versus villains. You can have a story mode like Super Smash Bros. I think this is actually a wonderful concept. Like people are like, really? Why are you thinking of this? Well, okay, but basically characters will be put into three categories. Okay, tank, damage, and hero. Kind of like Overwatch here. So we can go over franchise and potential characters for these are all like the major. These are all the important Nintendo characters, and all characters will be scaled to a similar size. For example, so Almo isn't doesn't have a huge advantage. First character would be Bowser. Bowser would of course be a tank character. He would have his signature fire breath as an ability. He can have, he can summon Bowser minions to help as well. You know, I think Bowser of course would have a lot of health. He'll be very hard to take down. Bowser would have his claw attacks, and also heavier characters. Bowser can also harden his cell to affect attacks back onto like, for example, Link's bow, Pit's bow. Okay, I think this is a pretty interesting idea. Bowser can use a lot of his abilities. And also can use the Bowser's minions as well. If Bowser Jr. is added, Bowser Jr. would probably be a damage character. Bowser Jr. would probably have his crown cow. He'll drive around and then he can run over people. He can throw hammers at people. He can summon Mecha Koopas. He can breathe fire, as well. Yeah, and also he can get various weapons by Bowser. So he'll be kind of like a mix of a range and a close character. Then we have Pete or Daisy. I think Pete would be like a hero character. Kind of, that would make a lot of sense, because we have to have hero characters in this type of game. And having Pete as a hero character would make a lot of sense, so he would be able to heal characters using her abilities and stuff, as well. And that's how she's always been portrayed, so Pete would be kind of like a hero character. We would have Donkey and Diddy Kong as well. I think having like a dual character would be pretty interesting. So Donkey and Diddy Kong, or having my separate characters, Donkey Kong will be a tank and Diddy Kong will be kind of the damage character. Diddy Kong, will have his actually gonna be a separate character. Diddy Kong can throw bananas. He can that people can flip on. He can use his jetpack thing. He can shoot peanuts at people. Donkey Kong will just be a straight up brawler. He would have a lot of health. He'll be very hard to take down. Donkey Kong will be able to take out opponents, very close range. But Donkey Kong will be very weak to long range characters. Okay, unlike Bowser, Donkey Kong will probably be ranked one of the worst characters if you know how to get around Donkey Kong. But Donkey Kong could take out characters very quickly. But again, Donkey Kong being ranked weak to range characters would be his weakness. Luigi, what type of character could Luigi be? Okay, I think Mario could be ball, but Luigi, I don't know what Mario Plus Rabbids game he's a ranged character, but I think pulling from Luigi's Mansion makes a lot more sense. He can use the Turbo Guts to suck up people, which can heal him, as well. Luigi will kind of be I can make Luigi, and maybe Luigi could also be a hero. It could be, a pretty interesting idea because you have Peach as a hero that would make a lot of sense. But Luigi being a hero, he can use, you know, his poltergeist, he can capture energy, it can distribute energy to heal people. But Luigi will kind of be like a Zenyatta character. He'll be able to basically heal, but also use those ghosts to damage people. He can suck up playable characters, he can damage them pretty quickly, As well. And also, every character would have like a final smash thing. So Bowser could turn to Giga Bowser Jr. could turn to Sour Mario. Where Peach can really like revive people. Diddy Kong will be able to, go gun blazing. Donkey Kong will grab someone, beat him up. Will grab people in like the following range and like beat them up really quickly and kill them instantly. Next is Mario. I think Mario, of course, will be standard because I want to make Luigi different than Mario, so we don't have any clone characters. And making Mario a average, brawler would make sense. He'll be like the Soldier 76. He'll be like the average character. Mario would have a range attack, which would be the fireball. Mario would have a standard brawl attack. He'd have some of his power ups at his disposal. And other than that, we do have other Mario characters. So let's go over to the other two major Mario characters. First is Wario. Wario would be a tank character, obviously. You know, Wario has always been portrayed as like a big brute character. So make him a tank character would make a lot of sense. I'm skipping over a character like Toad, Toadette, and Waluigi because I don't think Nintendo would add a lot of characters in the first iteration of this game. I think just the major Mario characters would just be fine, and probably Diddy Kong. But Wario would be a tank character. He can, he can bite people to heal himself, like in Brawl. He can fart on people. He can do Wario things. He can ride on a bicycle, on his bike, and run over people. Yoshi, I think, would be another one. I think Yoshi would kind of be a heal character as well. Yoshi can give eggs to people, to allies, and heal them. Yoshi can, go around and create. I don't think he could create. Oh no, Yoshi could create eggs to heal people. Obviously, and Yoshi could stay in the back and throw eggs at people. Yoshi would be a mostly ranged character. And also Yoshi could shroud enemies and put them into eggs to heal himself. So Yoshi could be a pretty versatile character in this as well. Then we have Zelda characters. We only have 3 characters for this, and we have. I have an idea for all 3 of them. Ganondorf will be the big tank character, obviously. He'll do a lot of damage. He has a sword. He can attack people with his sword and stuff. And he'll have a lot of health. He'll kind of be like, he won't be like the he'll kind of be like the more like Sigma character. Like, kind of like he has a normal amount of health, but he also has like a big shield around him and stuff that you have to destroy and stuff. Link would be kind of like another character that would be for like beginners. He would have his shield, he would have his sword, he'll have bombs, stuff. He would be Link, he would have a bow, I think those would be all very insane. Zelda would have a magic, which means he will be able to heal characters and stuff, so he can use her magic to defeat people, summon creatures and stuff, as well, Next is Metroid. So Metroid has 2 characters you could add. Ridley would be a tank character. He would be like a brawl. He can fly around, swooping around, beating up, brutalizing other characters and stuff. Considering that's basically in Ridley's nature, and that's how Metroid is. Samus would basically be a standard brawler character. He can use missiles and stuff, and roll into a ball and stuff. Kirby. Okay, I have an idea for all of the characters. Kirby can copy anything as well. But you remember Kirby Star Wars where Kirby would have those hearts he could use? He could use those hearts to heal people. So Kirby could actually be a healer character as well as a support character. But Kirby would kind of be besides, Luigi be the most offensive support character. Because Kirby could copy other characters' abilities, basically taking the abilities for him own. So Kirby will also have a hammer and like a standard Kirby attacks. But Kirby's main gimmick will be being able to heal characters, stay back and heal characters. He'll be probably one of the weakest characters in the game in terms of health, probably around 200 HP, which will, most characters have 250 to 300 HP, but Kirby but he'll also be smaller than most characters. King Dedede will be a massive tank character. He has his hammer. He can summon Wildus, and Gordos, to hurt people. King Dedede can also float in the air. And Meta will be the fast brawler that, can move very fast, For example, ranged characters have a hard time defeating Meta Knight. He can fly around in the air, But big tank characters are probably able to beat Meta Knight pretty quickly, as he also have a very low amount of health. But Meta Knight is pretty fast, he'll kind of be like the odd job of the game. But big brawler characters can easily beat him very quickly. F-Zero only has Captain Falcon. He'll be a brawler character. He'll just have his moveset from Smash Bros. Fire Emblem series, well, I don't know much about Fire Emblem, but most of the characters will likely be brawlers anyways. They won't. I think Ike would be like a tank character. And maybe you could add like a hero character, because I know Fire Emblem has like hero characters as well. But yeah, I would add like a hero. I would add probably like a hero character from Fire Emblem, probably a character like Robin who can. I haven't played Fire Emblem Awakening, but I know at least like one of the Fire. I know there's like a Fire Emblem character that can heal people and stuff. Maybe like Anna from Fire Emblem as well. But Corrin could be a defensive magic user, and you can have like a character that could heal as well and stuff. But yeah, next is Star Fox. So Fox, Falco, and Wolf are the only considered major characters. All three, I think only Fox would probably be, and maybe Wolf if you want to have the villain, if you're going to have a heroes versus villains. But Fox would probably be like the only major character. Then we have Pokemon series. So Pokemon, we're gonna be just having like we're gonna have like actual just Pokemon. So these are like characters. So Pikachu would be like would have a similar role to like, Meta Knight will be a fast, speedy character, and you would have a bigger Pokemon like Incineroar, kind of a more tanky Pokemon, as well. And then you have a Pokemon that would be like a main priority role is healing, so maybe like Chansey or something like that. I think Audino makes more sense than Chansey, but I don't know. Basically, a Pokemon that is meant to be like the support Pokemon, which would make a lot of sense. And then you have like Mewtwo or something as another, offensive Pokemon as well. Earthbound, well, Ness, and I think it would probably add like one of the more support characters, so maybe like Kumator or Power, because I think, and of course, but I think only having Ness would make more sense. And like you can make Ness a support character, because again, all of Ness's moves in Super Smash Bros. Are not his moves. They're copied from Pooh and and Power, which all have these moves. Nessus has the PK Walking, which is a customizable move, which I'm surprised hasn't been used as a Final Smash, but almost all of his moves are just copied from other characters. So I won't be too surprised if Ness can learn those moves. RML, he'll be a range character. RML would also have the same amount of health as Kirby and Pikachu, but RML, his whole point is to stay in the back lines and get Pikmin. So if RML's playing, there would be like an onion by like the base where you spawn, and you'll be able to spawn up to like 20 Pikmin. And you have to keep. I think the only problem is RML would have to keep going back and gain more Pikmin to fall at him. I think the onion would move with the spawn point, so RML, basically the strategy of RML is to basically, you'd use the onions to, use it. Animal Crossing, I think you have Isabelle as a hero, obviously, that would make most sense. And Villager just, it's just, Animal Crossing just doesn't really fit in this so much. Okay, maybe Villager does fit in with those memes that Villager's like this evil character, and you can like speed up people over a shovel and an axe and stuff, and it'll just be pretty funny as well. And you can have Tom Nook, he can be, the shady businessman character. Kid Icarus, you could have Palutena and Pit. Palutena would be the hero character, also kind of a main character, but Pit would be the standard brawl character. Punch Out would be a brawler character. Zero Blade, you don't have many tank characters. I just realized that, you do have Xenoblade series, which is Sulk, and Pyra, Mithra, as well as more hero characters. I don't know anything about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, so no. Splatoon will just have the Inklings, and that's it. And there's probably many more characters that get accrued. Like Nintendo would probably have their own spin on this as well. Here you'd probably have heroes, tanks, and brawler characters as well. And it'll be very interesting to see how Nintendo would handle a idea like this. I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo eventually makes something like this, considering the fact that Super Smash Bros. Exists, and Nintendo wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo could also add third-party sponsorships, so we could have a possibility to see Sonic as like a DLC character, as a guest character, or something like that. But yeah, there we go. So what do you think about a Smash Bros. Esque cross Overwatch esque game? Kind of like Marvel Rivals, basically, but instead it's Nintendo characters. And the game is, you have characters that'll be focused on magic, it'll be like a Nintendo theme. So what about the stages? So we'd have like the Mushroom Kingdom stage, I think, obviously. And we're going to look up the Smash Bros. So yeah. So I think having Mushroom Kingdom makes sense. Having Yoshi's Island, having this town or city from Pokemon, as well. Having, the Kong area, Donkey Kongo Jungle, having famous areas like Hyrule and maybe an area from Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, having, Metroid Blinn style as an area, Star Fox Bomb, but most of the stages in Star Fox are mostly Space Off Sips. Maybe have like a location from Star Fox, of course. Have like a Pokemon Stadium stage, you can have a Earthbound S stage if you have Ness in the game, you would add a WarioWare stage, you'd probably add Bowser Pelbert from Kirby, that'll be an iconic area to fight on. You'll probably have the Dreamland, as well. You'll probably have a map from Pikmin. You'll probably have a Fire Emblem stage. You'll probably have, you know, Skyward from Kid Icarus. You'll probably have Luigi's Mansion. A lot of iconic stages you can pull from Nintendo games alone. And you'd probably have an Animal Crossing town as well. That would be pretty interesting. And you'd also have basically a lot of material to pull from as stages. So, and that's not even including third-party characters if Nintendo adds guest characters in the game, which is very possible because Smash Bros. Has guest characters. But I think if they want to make the first game, they'll just focus on Nintendo characters. And we haven't even talked about games like ARMS yet. Like adding a character from ARMS, adding characters from like rest of Nintendo IPs as well here. But yeah, that's about this video here. So what do you think about adding, about Smash Bros. Hero fighter game? Okay, now, I won't call it hero shooter because most of Nintendo characters do not really use guns. But I think Nintendo will find a way to work around it to make the game balanced, because that's how Nintendo is. It's actually a pretty cool concept for the Switch 2, especially considering the fact that the Switch 2 is pretty powerful. Especially considering the fact that there's now even a Marvel one as well. And if Nintendo really wants to actually tackle that era, I think a crossover fighting game would actually work a lot. It would technically be a fighting game. Well, it would be its own unique thing that the Marvel game is. Okay, as well. All the Nintendo characters face off against each other. You'd have the big. Oh yeah, and also I would add King K. Rool as a big heavyweight character because that would make a lot of sense. You'd have more heavyweight characters as well. Porky Mince as another villain heavyweight character. I think it would have I think the game would start off with 6 heavy characters, 10 brawler characters, and 6 hero characters. So around 22 characters and more characters be added in over time, obviously. Kind of like Smash Bros. Had the DLC characters. I think, and then at the end of the DLCs, there'll be around 35 to 36 characters in the game as well. So that's about this video here. Goodbye.